The March Madness bracket is officially out, and I am here to give my instant reaction to the bracket, what they got right, what they got wrong, maybe a little foreshadowing to what I'm going to predict in my bracket predictions. Let's get right into it. Let's start from where they released the bracket. Louisville as an 8 seed makes absolutely no sense considering Clemson got a 5 seed. I thought since they gave Louisville an 8 seed, they were going to give Clemson a 6-7 seed. Somehow Louisville ends up in an 8 seed and has to play Auburn in Lexington, Kentucky, which might help them a little bit, but that was absolutely bizarre. When I saw that right off the bat, I knew we might be in for a little bit of a wonky bracket, and I think we ultimately, in some aspects, did get a little wonky bracket here. UNC somehow gets into this bracket. I don't know in what world UNC deserves to get in. West Virginia, to me, was clearly a team that should have been in. I didn't even have them in the first four. I thought West Virginia was a team that should be in, and ultimately they try to get UNC in over West Virginia, and they do that, and the ratings for that game will be crazy, and I think that is ultimately the reason why, maybe the deciding factor on why you throw UNC into this bracket, as they have no business being here, and I think Ole Miss is happy seeing that San Diego State UNC game, considering those are two teams that haven't played well all season or haven't been playing well recently in San Diego State. So I think Ole Miss feels very confident that they can win that game no matter who they have to play. Let's go to the East with the Duke region. I think Duke got a very, very easy path here in the top half. I was expecting to get 4-seeded Maryland on this side, and I thought Maryland could probably cause an upset. I thought Maryland was a dark horse sleeper Final Four team, but it's ultimately Oregon and Arizona, two teams that I don't think are crazy good in any aspect, crazy good enough to beat Duke. I think Duke's hardest matchup could be a Mississippi State team in the second round, and I think one of these 1 seeds, 2 seeds will lose in the second matchup here, and I think that matchup is very, very interesting to me. As both teams, Mississippi State and Baylor, play very, very physical, and we got to see how Cooper Flagg is. He may not be healthy, he may not play, so there's a lot of question marks still there. The bottom half of the East is crazy offensive. I think BYU, Wisconsin, Alabama, these are the teams you want to play because it's going to be who is hotter in the moment, who shoot the basketball better is going to walk out of here. And Alabama might have a little bit of injuries, but it's hard not to go to Alabama here because BYU, Wisconsin, they play the same brand of basketball. And I want so badly to pick a team to upset this Alabama team, but it's so hard to find the team to beat Alabama right now. BYU shooting the ball as good as anyone else, but if you have one bad shooting day, it could be the end of the road. I actually like them to upset Wisconsin in the second round and maybe even beat an Alabama if they're just shooting the ball like crazy good. I think it's very, very possible. Go down to the West. Gonzaga, Georgia is going to be a great game. A lot of people are going to like Gonzaga. I actually like Georgia. I think Georgia's playing a really good brand of basketball right now, slowing the ball down, playing defense. I think they match up very similar to Houston, which might give Georgia some problems just because Houston can out-talent them. But that's going to be a very, very fun game. The Clemson, McNeese, Purdue High Point is going to be very popular. Upsets all over the place. I ultimately like the 5 and 4s there, and I like Clemson to move on. I still don't know how Clemson gets a 5, Louisville gets an 8, but somehow UNC gets in. You value the conference, but then don't value the conference when it comes to Louisville. Makes no sense in the world there. Illinois is a team that's just not been playing well. They get the winner of Texas and Xavier, Texas and Xavier are two of the hottest teams in the country right now. I have Texas Xavier beating Illinois for sure, and I think they could beat Kentucky in the second round. I don't think Kentucky is really all that good either. UCLA, Utah State, Tennessee gets a gift of 2 games. I think they have 2 easy games to get through and win. Go to the West. The West, man, I see a lot of people saying it's a juggernaut, but I actually think Florida's side is kind of easy for the first 2 matches. I think they'll get through Norfolk State. I think they'll get through in Oklahoma. I think in Oklahoma is going to be UConn. Memphis as a 5? A 5. A 5. Memphis gets a 5 against Colorado State. Colorado State's favored in this game. I thought Memphis was going to be on this 8-9 game against UConn, Oklahoma. I thought Memphis was going to be slotted there, and they ultimately get a 5 against Colorado State. Colorado State, I think, is going to win this game. I think that's going to be a very popular upset pick. I think they are just a better basketball team than Memphis. They're playing better right now, and Memphis might not be 100% healthy for this game. I think I got Maryland getting out. I like Maryland as a sleepy dark horse Final Four team, so I think they will get out of that bracket. Ultimately, probably get Florida, Maryland. I think it's pretty easy. And then the bottom is, I don't know. I like Missouri. I like Tech. I like both those teams. Those are both teams I had as getting to Final Four, Elite Eight potential. And I don't like the matchup for Missouri first round against Drake. I was hoping Drake got paired up with like an Illinois or a UCLA, but UCLA got the 7th seed. Ultimately, that bracket should be a lot of fun considering the bottom of Kansas, Arkansas, St. John's, although Kansas has not been good recently. The Michigan, UC, San Diego, Texas A&M, Yale, good luck picking those games. I know a lot of people are going to like the upsets there. I actually like Michigan. I think they're playing a really good brand of basketball. I know they turn the ball over a lot, but I think they can just out-talent UC San Diego the whole way. Yale's going to bring a very physical brand of basketball to Texas A&M that they are not afraid of. I think that game's just going to be close, inevitably. Ultimately, my name is Joshua C. I'm going to have a prediction of each side of the bracket, each region of the bracket tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Ultimately, my name is Joshua C. Leave your comments down below. I do want to say Florida is such a trendy pick. I've been on this Florida team for a long time. I've had 29-1, 23-1, 14-1, 9-1. I thought, oh my God, I found this team diamond in the rough, and now it seems like everybody's going to pick this team to win the national championship. That now there's actually value at Auburn to win the national championship, in my opinion. I don't think as many people will have that. Ultimately, my name is Joshua Sane. Click the subscribe button. We're on the road to 250 subscribers. Should be a little icon somewhere down here. Watch these videos that YouTube recommends. My name is Joshua Sane.